Now, as much as we can attack the water companies for the state of our waterways now, the government is also supposed to provide oversight in these matters. When water was privatised, it wasn't just 10 regional water authorities who became 10 private water companies. New regulators were created as well. The Environment Agency and the Drinking Water Inspectorate, both parts of DEFRA now, overseen by the Secretary of State for the Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, today being the Useless George Eustice, and also OFWAT, a non-ministerial department of government that would have you believe it's an independent watchdog, and so continuing in that vein of uselessness. But well before Useless Eustice took over at DEFRA, back when David Cameron was still PM, our potential next Prime Minister, thick Lizzie Truss, she was in charge at DEFRA, and she still has shit all over her hands over it. In 2015, as part of Cameron and Osborne's obsession with cutting back on state spending, shrinking departments under the guise of efficiency, the lies of austerity, Truss was tasked with cutting her department back by some £235 million. So how did she do it? Well, part of that, she cut £24 million from environmental protection, which was spent to provide surveillance on water companies to prevent illegal dumping of sewage. This was paid from a government grant, which stood at £120 million when the Tories came in 2010, but had been whittled down to just £40 million by 2020, and Truss played her part in that. She ditched a large amount of sewage monitoring, sensors on sewage pipes analysing outflow, cutting another £80 million from her budget. Of those sensors remaining today, some 24% of them no longer work properly, it's been discovered, whilst new figures suggest that since 2016, when Truss left DEFRA and went to Justice under Theresa May, sewage has been discharged into UK waters over 1 million times. As much as the water companies have screwed us over, polluted our waters, wrecked our ecology, and failed to invest in infrastructure, the government and its regulators were supposed to be watching them, monitoring them, ensuring they stuck to the letter of the law. In their ideological pursuit of shrinking the state, they elected to blind themselves from being able to do that. And we're seeing the environmental impacts of that around us now, as well as the cost to ourselves. Something as basic as the monitoring of our waterways has got to be reinstated.